Democrats and other misprints in the Book of Life are celebrating a rare victory after a weekend of no kings protests resulted in there being no American kings. The Democrat comeback ended a frustrating period of months in which party officials sought for some way to convince the American electorate that they were not just hollow glove puppets being manipulated by the sinister, unseen hands of communists and jihadis, while still remaining true to their goal of being hollow glove puppets manipulated by the sinister, unseen hands of communists and jihadis. The turnaround came after chairman of the Democrat National Committee, Abadan Pazuzu, delivered a rousing and inspiring speech to the golden statue of a goat-headed god, saying, quote, "O Lord of darkness, come to our aid so that we may know we haven't traded away our souls in vain. We have sought to win back the love of the American people by setting their cities on fire, interfering with their law enforcement officers in the rightful performance of their duties, mutilating their children, persecuting their politicians, silencing their opinions, dividing them into hostile camps according to their various races, and shutting their churches and synagogues while simultaneously cheering on acts of Islamist terror so horrifying in their apocalyptic evil, we thought they'd be sure to win at least as loyal a following as Nancy Pelosi. And yet somehow, nothing we've done has managed to recapture the affection of the nation we're trying so desperately to destroy. Guide our steps to success, O Unholy One, so that we might raise our approval ratings, which are in double digits only when expressed as fractions." Unquote. Shortly after this address, the DNC staged the nationwide No Kings protests, which were so successful, even the protesters themselves were amazed. As one 80-year-old wearing the rags of what used to be a Woodstock T-shirt wrote in his leatherette-bound diary, quote, "I was beginning to worry I had wasted my life supporting delusional policies that promised utopia but instead turned everything they touched to crap. But now, in a single weekend, our protests managed to reduce Donald Trump from a mighty king to nothing but the President of the United States, leader of the free world, and commander-in-chief of the most lethal fighting force on earth. I feel my dreams have become a reality for the first time since we put an end to all wars by ushering in the age of Aquarius." Unquote. Left-wing activist Bruce Flapjaw, president of the Enlightened Institute of Endemic Imaginary Outrages, or EIEIO, celebrated the victory with a jubilant press release saying, quote, "With the geriatric Trump forming a far-right monarchy and network newscasts and other fantasies, we were able to mobilize thousands of know-nothing political quacks, geriatric white women in muumuus, and Ivy League-educated dumbclucks, until with a muumuu here and a muumuu there, here a quack, everywhere a dumbcluck, Old Man Donald's far-right form was expelled by the EIEIO." Unquote. The Democrats mean to follow up their triumph later in the summer with a nationwide series of no alchemist protests, pledging that they will not relent until they have rid the nation of every long-bearded man in a conical starry cap who is trying to turn lead into gold. Excited by the success of the Democrats in expelling the kings from the U.S., right-wing anti-Semites plan to follow suit, staging their own protests against imaginary outrages by declaring they will not die for Israel. The Groypers say they plan to illustrate their protest signs with pictures of dowdy Christian knights to show what a brave and noble thing it is not to do what no one is asking them to do, but what they would eventually have to do if the Jews weren't currently doing it for them. After the I Will Not Die for Israel marches, the Groypers plan to gather to celebrate the triumphant fact that not one of them has died for Israel, marking the accomplishment by unleashing a barrage of social media posts spelling the word Jew with 2 O's to proclaim to all the world that they don't know how to spell the word Jew. For more great content, like and subscribe, and for even more great content, subscribe to The Andrew Klavan Show wherever you get your podcasts.